guys, it's Marissa. I'm back for another video this week. It was a funny story actually. I was sitting here thinking all weekend, I'm like, man, when am I going to get a chance to film another video? Because I've been busy and, normally during the week it takes me an hour each way to drive back and forth to work, and I'm at work for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. So by the time I get home, of course, I really don't want to do anything and got to go to bed early. So funny story. I get ready and drive to work this morning, and I get there right at 7 o'clock, and I'm walking in and I see the sign on the door and it says, "We have no water or sewer, so you're gonna need to work from home if you can." And I'm like, seriously, I literally just drove an hour here for this. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go up to my desk and see what's going on, talk to my boss, yada yada. So I get up to my desk and get on my computer. Lo and behold, there's an email. Nope, can't work at the office today because no sewer or water. Apparently it has absolutely nothing to do with the building. It's all about the county or the township or whatever. Something's going on there. So I'm like, okay, what the heck? So as soon as I read that email, my boss texts me and says, "Hey, by the way, don't know if you're at the office or not, but obviously you can't work there." And I'm like, all right, is it cool if I just grab my laptop and work from home? And she said, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I had to turn around and drive an hour all the way back home. So anyway, lo and behold, I'm at home. So I have an opportunity to film this video because it doesn't take me very long to at least get it filmed during the daylight when, there's a little bit of natural lighting. I'm not trying to do it at night. So anyway, now that funny story is out of the way, the book that I just finished this week is called Promise Not to Tell by Jane Ann Krentz, and it is listed as a fiction romance, I believe, and I think it came out in 2018. I picked this one up at Goodwill for $1, $2 maybe. I wasn't really expecting too much of it just because I picked it up at Goodwill. So anyway, here I'll read the description. It's Seattle gallery owner Virginia Troy has spent years battling demons that stem from her childhood time in a cult, and the night a fire burned through the compound, killing her mother. Now one of the artists has taken her own life, but not before sending Virginia a last picture, a painting that makes Virginia doubt everything about the so-called suicide and her own past. Like Virginia, private investigator Cabot Sutter was one of the children in the cult who survived that fire, and only he can help her now. As they struggle to unravel the clues in the painting, it becomes clear that someone thinks Virginia knows more than she does, and that she must be stopped. Thrown into an inferno of desire and deception, Virginia and Cabot draw even closer to the mystery of their shared memories, and the shocking fate of the one man who still wields the power to destroy everything they hold dear. Now, after reading this book, I definitely gather it is in a series, which is interesting because I really didn't expect that. The ending, you can definitely tell that there's going to be more to come. Me personally, I don't think I'll read the next one, just because this was very much a romance. The one reason that I don't really like romance books, that I never really choose to go out and buy them on purpose or like really pick them up, is because romance books tend to be like, wham, these two people are just put together and like sparks fly and everything happens and everything's perfect. There's like no tension, there's no drawn out, there's no, I don't know, there's no real world aspect to it, I guess. So it just kind of bothers me, because I'm more into the YA romance where, they almost get together but something happens and then they're torn apart and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I like the romantic part to be a little bit more drawn out and not centralized to the story. One thing I did like about this book was that it really did keep you on your toes as far as not knowing what was going to happen and not knowing what the plot line was. Basically, Virginia is, one of the friends of hers that was in the cult. I guess they weren't friends at the time that was, the cult happened. But one of her friends is an artist, and she's painting all these gruesome pictures, and then she commits suicide. But Virginia doesn't think it's a suicide, so she starts to investigate. And of course, Cabot, who was also in the cult as a child, is now a private investigator, very convenient. So she goes to him and to the guy who essentially saved them all to help her figure out this mystery and figure out what's going on, because somehow they think this cult leader who is supposed to have died is still alive and is coming back to haunt them all these years later. So, I mean, it was a really good story. It was well written. I didn't find any errors in it because I don't know about you guys, but errors in books drive me crazy. Edit, 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 edit. For God's sake, edit. And I don't know if it's just me, but I immediately, as soon as I see a grammatical error or a punctuation error in a book, drives me absolutely bonkers. And I pick it out immediately and I'm like, ugh. I want to write the author, I want to write the publisher and be like, what the hell's wrong with you? Anyway, I don't do that, but I feel like doing it. So no, there wasn't any grammatical errors in here. I guess the romance thing is really the only thing that bothers me. Definitely still going to give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Just for being well written, having a great storyline, plot line. I really wish they would have drawn out the, the whole romance aspect of it more. It's kind of like this book has an identity crisis. It can't decide whether it wants to be romance or whether it wants to be like a crime fiction. It's kind of combined. It's almost like a whole new genre, I suppose. Other than that, I guess there's not really much to say about this book. I do have a couple of other books in the works that I'm reading right now. One of them is called The Book of Love by Kathleen McGowan. That one I also picked up at Goodwill. That one's kind of a religious, it's got religious overtones to it. Not even overtones, it's like a religious smack in the face, pretty much. And I'm not really enjoying it so far. I just can't get into it. I guess we'll see where that goes, because like I said, I'm not getting into it. There's a couple of other romance books that I had picked up. One of them that I already read, I don't really think anybody wants to hear about that. And then another one that I'm working on right now, just because it's going to be an easy read, and I'm waiting for my thrift books order to come. So I did get 4 or 5 books, I believe, in there. So I'll be doing a book haul video, and I can't wait for those. I am so excited. I will, when I do my book haul video, obviously, people will find out what those are. But I cannot wait for those videos. So anyway, I guess that just about wraps it up. And I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Bye.